Hi, ladies. Welcome to your third trimester, and congratulations on this exciting time of your life. So, depending how you've been feeling, I know every pregnancy is different. Number one rule in yoga or in any form of exercise, you always want to listen to your body. So, if I'm going too fast, please feel free to slow it down. Feel free to drop into child's pose, as you are, again, going through a lot right now, especially in your third trimester. There's more, feeling of more uncomfortableness in your body. So always listen to your body, okay? So with that said, we're going to keep moving our bodies, flow in breath to movement, and just targeting our entire body, opening, strengthening, relaxing, even some balancing. All right, so grab your 2 blocks of strap and let's meet in child's pose. Bring your knees wide apart, big toes to touch, hinging from your hips. Walk your hands forward, straighten your arms, then drop your forehead down. Let's go ahead and take 3 rounds of breath here together, filling up our lungs, our diaphragm. Inhale. Exhale. Relaxing the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. Good. One more. Deepest one yet here. Breathe in. And let it go. Awesome. Inhale, rise up to tabletop. Stack your wrist underneath your shoulders. Bring your knees in about hip width. And then as you drop your belly, gaze all the way up, arching your mid to upper back. Exhale, round your back for cat pose. Good. Moving breath to movement here. Inhales to arch. Exhales to round. A few more times on your own. Always feel free to add any other movements. Maybe side body stretches. Maybe opening up your hips. Stretching your wrist. Again, listening to what your body needs here and now. We'll meet back in tabletop position. Take your time to get there. Good. Once you're in your tabletop, bring your knees a little wider than hip width. Keep your hips over knees. Walk your hands forward and let's drop to puppy pose. Layer 1, forehead down. Layer 2, chin down. So anytime we're in a fold position, you always want to create some space between your legs, allowing a big support for your growing belly. Good. Come back to tabletop position and to downward facing dog. Hips go high. To check the foundation for your down dog, make sure it's in the same foundation as your high plank. Bring your feet as wide as you need. Bend your knees as much as you need. Try to lift your toes even if the heels don't touch the floor. Roll your inner thigh slightly back. Lift your hips. Lift your tailbone. Inhale, gaze forward. And exhale, tippy toes to behind your wrist. Again, making sure there's enough space between your legs for your growing belly, whether that's hip width or maybe even wider than your mat. Keeping your lower back lengthened, fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on top of your shin bones. And as you exhale, hinge from your hips, fold. Let's do that 2 more times. Breath to movement. Inhale, halfway lift. Feel free to bend your knees. Reach your chest forward. Exhale, forward folds. Feel free to bend your knees here as well. Last one. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen your spine. And exhale to folds. Keep your feet outer hip width distance apart, but point your toes out, heels in, and let's squat for our Malasana pose. Frog pose. Feel free to sit on a block. Lengthen your spine. Sit up tall. Open your chest. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Without using your hands, using the strength of your legs, let's rise all the way up to standing, mountain pose position. Once you're all the way up, walk your feet so they're parallel to one another, keeping your feet as wide as you need. Then tuck your tailbone. Exhale, back bend. Open your elbows. Arch your mid and upper back. Keep lengthening your tailbone down. Lift your belly button up. Inhale, mountain pose. Reach your arms over your head. Exhale, bring your hands to heart. Samasthiti. So you'll notice a lot of your balance is probably off, especially with the growing belly. Your lower back might arch and you might lean forward a little bit. So in any of our standing or in any position in yoga, make sure rather than arching, I want you to lengthen the tailbone down. So you're keeping the lower back pretty straight as much as it can without overdoing it, because there's always going to be that natural C curve for some of you. So you always want to keep the core slightly engaged. All right. Inhale, mountain pose. Again, keeping the tailbone tucked, core slightly engaged. Exhale, lean over to the right, side body stretch. Either drop your right hand towards on top of your right thigh or grab your left wrist with right hand. Inhale, mountain pose, arms over your head. And exhale, side body stretch to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, another back bend. Keep your tailbone lengthened down. Reach your sternum up. Inhale, mountain pose. And exhale, hands to heart. Slightly bend your knees. Hinge from your hips and fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Good. 2 more times. Sun salutation. A. Inhale, mountain pose. Reach your arms over your head. Core is engaged. Exhale, side body stretch. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale to your left. Moving with the breath. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, back bend. Only go as deep as you can go. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, lean over to the right. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale to your left. Inhale, center. Exhale, last back bend. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands and step your left foot way back into your first lunge position. Most of you in your third trimester will need to walk your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Once your right knee is over your right ankle, drop your left knee and straighten your right leg for a half split. Keep your hips square, shoulders square. Point your right toe straight up and slightly roll your right inner thigh down. Now, without actually moving your right foot and left knee, you're just going to use those to pull towards each other. So you're pulling the right heel back against the mat as you drag your left knee forward. So imagine you're trying to pull the mat towards each other without actually moving. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Keep your left hand down, so right underneath your left shoulder. Inhale, stretch your right arm high. Find that nice stretch into your right IT band. Keeping your hips square. Inhale. And then as you exhale, replant your hands. Bend your right knee. Walk your hands forward so they're underneath your shoulders. Inhale, stretch your right arm high. Find that nice twist. Feel free to stay here. Otherwise, bend your left knee and grab your left foot with right hand, adding a nice quad stretch. Keep peeling your right shoulder back. So anytime we're twisting, just like this position, try to avoid twisting from your belly. Less compression. And focus on twisting more in the upper body. So always peeling the shoulder back. Good. Release your left foot. Plant your hands. Lift your left knee and step your left foot forward. And then come back to your forward fold. Feel free to pedal out your knees here. Inhale. Halfway lift. Exhale. Step your right foot way back into your runner's lunge position. Hands underneath your shoulders. Drop your right knee and straighten out your left leg. Half splits. Both hands will be in the inside of your left leg. Hand stays underneath your shoulders. You can always gaze back at your hips and make sure that left hip isn't open. So you want to drive that left outer hip back. Maybe hug the right hip forward a little bit more. Breathing. Good. Plant your right hand. Inhale, stretch your left arm high. Open the chest. Chest stays lifted. Inhale. And then as you exhale, replant your left palm. Bend your left knee, shift forward. Walk your hands forward. Reach your left arm all the way up. Again, option to stay here. Otherwise, take your quad stretch. Try to open that left shoulder. Good. Release your right foot. Lift your right knee and come back to your forward fold to the top of your mat. All 10 toes points forward. Bend your knees as deep as you need. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, walk your feet back. Either take your chaturanga if that's in your practice. Otherwise, hold in your high plank. And let's all meet in downward facing dog. Breathe in. And let it go. Good. All right, ladies. So either drop into your child's pose or come onto your forearms for dolphin pose. For dolphin pose, stack your forearms parallel to each other. Walk your feet in, closer if you like. Always feel free to bend your knees. Lift your tailbone, lengthen your spine. Last inhale. And let's all meet in child's pose. So if you're already there, stay there. Let's all close our eyes. Focusing on the breathing. Making sure we're not overdoing it. This is not the time to overdo it. One more breath. Breathe in. And let it go. Good. Inhale, tabletop. And then let's go ahead and have a seat on our heels. All right. So this is too much for your knees. You could always come into an Indian style position. Inhale, reach your arms over your head. Interlace your fingers above your head. Flip your palms to face up. And then as you exhale, arch slightly back. Draw your arms behind your ears. Lift your chin off your chest. Inhale. And then as you exhale, come back to center. Release your hands. Interlace your fingers behind your back and place your hands to your right hip. Then let's drop your right ear towards your right shoulder, getting into the neck. Sitting up nice and tall. Bring your head back to center, but keep your hands interlaced. You're just going to release the right arm. Walk your left hand towards the back of your neck for cow face bind. And then place your right hand behind your neck. Try to interlace your fingers. Otherwise, just keep your hands behind your back. Don't try to interlace if it doesn't feel good for you today. Still sitting up tall. Lift your chin away from your chest. Good. When you release, slowly release, please. And then roll out your shoulders. Good. Inhale, reach your arms over your head. Interlace the opposite grip. So it's going to be the uncomfortable grip, the uncomfortable side. Flip your palms. Inhale. Arch back. But keep lifting up from your lower back. Lift your sternum, pull your hands up. And then as you exhale, come back, release the arms. Interlace your fingers. Again, the opposite grip, hands to your left hip. Drop your left ear towards the left shoulder. Keep pulling that right shoulder down. Feel free to close your eyes. Come back to center. Keep that right hand behind you. Left hand behind the neck. Then interlace your fingers. Cow face bind. Sit up tall. Gaze is forward. Good. Okay. When you release, slowly release. Go ahead and roll it out. Shake it out. Okay. Let's come on, standing on our knees. Grab your 2 blocks. If you don't have it, that's okay. You can always keep your toes curled under. With your blocks, you're going to place it next to your shin bones on both sides. Hands places behind your back. Fingers points down. Squeeze your elbows in. Then slightly tuck your tailbone. Hips goes forward. Inhale. Lift your chest. Reach up. Gaze up. Either stay here. If this is enough for you, stay. Otherwise, release your hands to the blocks. But keep lifting up. Gaze is up. Tailbone still lengthens down. Inhale. And then as you exhale, bring your hands to your lower back. And then have a seat. Good. Let's take a few rounds of breath here. Hands on top of your thighs. Drop your shoulders down. Gently blink your eyes open. Meet me on your sit bones. Extend both legs out in front of you. Hug your right or bend your right knee and place your right foot next to your left thigh. So there should be about a fist distance from your right foot to left thigh. Place your right shoulder to the inside of your right knee. You could drop your right hand and then take a twist, gentle seated twist to the left. Again, try to open that left shoulder back rather than twisting from the navel. Let the shoulders drop away from your ears. As you come back to center, grab your right foot. Either wrap your arms underneath your right shin bone. Otherwise, if this is in your practice, you can wrap your arm around your right leg. And then kind of hug it like a baby. You're cradling your baby. Sit up tall and just open your hips here. Good. Drop your right foot to the inside of your left inner thigh. You could always sit on a block. Make sure both sit bones are grounded. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. And exhale, hinge from your hips, fold over your left leg. Let's keep the chest lifted so spine is long. Don't fold so deep, especially if your thigh is touching your stomach. Feel free to lift up even more. So you don't want to compress your stomach here. Always find that room and space. Good. Slowly come up. Straighten out your right leg. Plant your left foot and twist to your right. Good. Come back to center. Left foot in. Again, either wrap around your leg or arms underneath your left leg. Sit up tall, shoulders down. Keep your right toes pointing up. Drop your left foot to the inside of your right inner thigh. Keep your right toes pointing up. Feel free to bend your right knee. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. And exhale, hinge from your hips. So even for me, I'm not folding all the way. Forehead is way far away from my right leg. Good. Slowly rise. Let's take a seated forward fold. Most likely, it's probably most comfortable if your feet is as wide as your mat or maybe even wider. Feel free to bend your knees. Keep your toes pointing up. Inhale, sit up tall. And then exhale, hinge from your hips and folds. Again, keeping the chest lifted so the spine stays long. When your spine is long, you're inviting a lot more space in the front side of your body. You're also finding length in the front side, and that's what we need now. This is not the time to compress or fold in a deep folded position. Good. Slowly rise. All right, ladies. Let's go ahead and drop down to fetal pose for our Shavasana. You're going to roll on to either your left or your right side. Your left arm underneath your left ear. So keeping your left cheek on top of that left arm. So getting comfortable in your fetal position. Just take 3 rounds of breath here to close out the practice. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Again, ladies, congratulations on this exciting time of your life. Thank you so much for joining me today here on your mat. Also, thank yourself for taking this 20-25 minutes of your time just for you. I'll see you guys next time. Please like and subscribe. Namaste.